Yeah. So today is going to be kind of deep because I'm alone in this hotel. I can't can't do anything outside because everything's closed. It's also like over 100 degrees. Um, I've been alone with my thoughts, and sometimes when you're alone and you have a lot of time to think and introspect, yeah, you yeah you think about things that you otherwise wouldn't. Wow, thank you for the raid, Stephen. Thank you so much, and welcome everyone joining the stream. Oh, hey Brian, thank you for if you're still in chat. Thanks for being a patron on Patreon. That means a lot. I mean, seriously, like it helps like so much more than you might think. So thank you. But anyway, so the thing that I wanted to talk about today was kind of addressing some of the themes of YouTube comments that I've been getting. I've been doing YouTube for, I mean, on and off for a long time now. Like I've made over 300 videos. I think I've made like 320. And over the years, you learn some things, and I think in general, I try really hard to like focus on the positive stuff, which I think anyone who has a YouTube channel does, right? Like it doesn't matter if you have a small channel or a really big channel, it doesn't matter. Like I think everyone tries really hard to focus on the positives, but at the same time, it can be hard to ignore the negatives all the time. And I think right now I'm in a particularly vulnerable situation because like I can't really do that much, right? Like I work for 18, 20 hours a day, and then I go to sleep, and any notification I get from YouTube, because I'm not uploading videos currently, is a comment, and so I read every single one of them. I always read every single comment. Even the giveaways with over 1,000 comments, I read every single one. And yeah, so sometimes you get comments that aren't so good, and for the comments that are like clearly just like out of touch, or or just trolly or whatever, like those never bother me, right? Like you can, yeah, you say what you want, right? Like I'm not going to censor you. I'm not going to delete your comment. I'm not going to ban you for saying, stupid stuff. But uh, there's like a medium level of negativity that's where it like actually affects me, like way more than I'd like to admit. But I'm going to admit in this live stream, and I'll probably upload this to YouTube as well. And the main thing is when people tell me like what I should do, right? It's never the comments about like, oh, you're ugly, oh, you sound like a dead horse. Like those comments don't bother me because it's like, whatever. Like you're entitled to your opinion, and like you're kind of a bad person for for making those comments, but I can overlook that. The comments that irk me more than any other. And if I do end up uploading this to YouTube, I'm sure a lot of people are going to write this in the comments anyway. But yeah, the stuff that irks me is when people say, I should do this, I should do that, I should be more like this, I should be, more like that, or, whatever. And it's the reason I think that bothers me so much is because you're the people who write those comments are sitting in a position where it I don't even really know how to put this into words, right? It's like I make a video because I like the video, and like I think it's an interesting thing, and I think other people might find value in it. And if you don't like the video, you can click dislike on the video, and move on, right? But don't tell me what to do, right? And that makes me sound kind of like snotty, and I totally get it. So let me explain. If I do something wrong, okay, let's say I make some asinine comment and I'm totally wrong, right? Like I'm off base, I'm out of touch. Uh, Call me out on it, right? Tell me that, hey, dude, like you can't say that. Like that's not cool. Like you should stop doing this. That makes sense, right? That's where I issue an apology, and I say, okay, I was wrong. I didn't do my research. I should have known better. I should have phrased this differently. That's my bad, right? But when I haven't done anything wrong, And I get comments saying like, oh, you should uh, try to be funnier. You should, I don't know, like, uh, you should stop asking people to subscribe. You should do this, do that. It's like, come on, it's like you're you're it's like free content, right? It's like, I mean, if you're a patron on Patreon, that's different, right? Like if you send me a message on Patreon and you're like, dude, I don't like this style of videos, like I don't really support this, you have two options. One is, if it's a reasonable request, yeah, I might listen and actually curb how I make my videos because you're literally supporting the channel. But if you're kind of just like watching the videos and you can only expect so much, right? Because at the end of the day, it's my channel. I make videos for you guys, and I enjoy making videos for the people who watch them. But it's like, come on, it's like, why do you have expectations for like how I should conduct myself in certain ways? And again, I think 99 times out of 100 doesn't bother me. But every so often, especially right now when I'm trying to experiment with like with different styles of videos and different types of content that I think the community doesn't have, yeah, it bothers me, and it actually causes me a fair amount of stress. Actually, the last video I uploaded about what was it? It was like the timer. I don't even remember what my last video was. The one that I shot in the hotel, right? Where I like made a program and like I had like Google's voice like tell me stuff. I was really scared to upload that video because it wasn't filmed in my usual setup. It wasn't filmed with the cameras that I normally use. I didn't have my microphone, didn't have lighting. I had nothing. I had a single cube, and it, I didn't have that much time. Like I filmed it really late at night. I think I uploaded it like 11 p.m. or midnight. I was terrified because I knew that it was a risk, and I mean, fortunately, I think the video was like super well received. Like I think by and large, like people really liked that video. But yeah, I think each successive upload I make as I start to stray away more and more from what I did in 2017, which was primarily Q reviews, yeah, has been a little bit nerve-wracking. I won't lie. Like I get scared. So actually in those videos, because I've gotten so many comments about like, oh, you seem like you're so serious. You take life, so seriously. And first of all, that's not true. I don't take myself seriously. If you know me, in real life, it's like I have a very particular sense of humor. Like I'm super deadpan and monotone, and I get that, but like I'm actually not that serious. Like you can say I suck at cubing, and it's not gonna bother me. Like it really, because I just don't care, right? But anyway, so I try to make my videos a little bit. I try to make them a little bit funnier. I really did put in effort in my last maybe 5 or 6 videos to make things a little bit different. And the idea was really to appease more people. But then, of course, people don't like the sense of humor that I have, right? So now it's gone from, oh, you're too serious, to, oh, your sense of humor sucks, or like, oh, you need to stop doing, what was it? What did they say? What was the comment that I got? Something about like, you need to stop like being so self-deprecating, or like you should stop being self-deprecating. It's like, I've literally done it for like 2 videos. It's like, you just can't win. And, obviously the answer is, yeah, you make YouTube videos, you can't please everyone, right? Like that's obvious. I've done this long enough to know that that's true. But at the same time, like the people writing those comments, I think have good intentions, right? Like they want my videos to be better, or they think that they can be better. But they don't realize that the way that things are phrased actually has a huge impact. And single comments, again, don't bother me, but hundreds of comments, yeah, they do. They do bother me. And I think they bother other people too. It's just that, no one really talks about it, but I'm okay with talking about it. But anyway, so those kinds of things, yeah, they kind of bother me. There's other things I want to talk about though. This is like a very much this is very much like a it's like a therapy session for me in some ways. I get a lot of comparisons to Chris Tran, and I've talked about this once on stream before, but I think I kind of want to talk about it a little bit more like openly and officially. And I have the chat open, so if you guys want to chime in, feel free. I don't like that comparison. Uh, it doesn't. I don't really know what the word is. I'm not like upset by it. Like he's really smart and like he's done a lot for cubing, and he's awesome. But it really undermines, I think, a lot of the stuff that I do. The only similarity between us is that like we both are Asians in cubing who make stuff. But that's stupid. That's like saying that like I don't know that like Colin Burns is like Felix Zemdex. Like that's a stupid comparison. That's absolutely stupid. Um, so I actually, to be more specific, the comparison between me and Chris Tran, um, that's not even the thing that bothers me. It's the way that it's phrased, right? It's like, oh, cyoubx is Chris Tran 2.0. I really don't like that, um, because it implies that I'm copying him. When in reality, when I started making the engineering videos that I didn't watch any of his videos. Like I knew of him, and I knew that he like magnetized cubes and all of that. Never watched a single video of his. I am not friends with him on Facebook. I've never met him in real life. Again, I'm nothing against him, right? This sounds like I have something against. I don't know him, and so that those comments, and I got a lot of them. Yeah, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't say anything about it, but it's been many videos now where people keep saying the same thing, and yeah, I don't really like it. Do comments on Twitch than YouTube? Do do you less comments on Twitch than YouTube that stress you? I don't really know what you're trying to ask. Greycube, are you asking if comments on Twitch stress me out less than YouTube? They probably stress me out the same. It's just that on YouTube I got a lot of comments. On Twitch, you know, it's a chat. And actually, the nice thing, this is another segment that I want to talk about. The thing with Twitch is when a chat comes in on Twitch, I know that it's in reference to something I had just said, right? So if it's something that bothers me, or it's a correction I need to make because I made a mistake, I can do that, right? Like I can make that I can make that update and be like, oh, that's not what I meant, or like, I'm sorry I said that, let me correct that. On YouTube, can't do that because I make a 10-minute video, whatever, 5 to 10-minute video, and I get a single comment, obviously with no reference to the timestamp, and I don't know how to address it because it's like, oftentimes people will try to teach me something that I explicitly say in the video. Like I think on my RS3M 2020's like setup video, I was saying how like you can put magnets in the pieces, and I got people saying like, oh, you can make the cube better by putting magnets in. It's like, just watch the freaking video. It's like, why, like, why are you like this? And yeah, I've gotten really a lot of those comments where people either don't watch the video and leave a comment acting like I've done something wrong, or they'll watch the video and try to teach me something that I explicitly say in the video, but like not in a different way, right? Not to say, so the best example I have of this is when I made the video about like the GAN XS being a gimmick, and I was talking about like the tensioning system. I had multiple people, it was like maybe 4 or 5 people, write huge comments, like really long comments, which took them a long time, telling me how the tensioning system works. And guess what? They weren't wrong. But the thing is I said the exact same thing in the video, right? And so there's a difference. You can disagree with my viewpoints in that video. That's why I made the videos, because I want discussions. You can disagree with my viewpoints on that video, but it's like I didn't even know how to respond to that comment because it was like I think I ended up responding by just sending a list of timestamps for like each paragraph that that person had written, because it's like you're quoting me, but like not. It's very weird. It was a very surreal thing to read. It was like reading a transcript of my own video with the punchline being that I was wrong. Like it was very weird. If you want, you can go look for that comment. It like blew my mind. I like stared at that comment for like an hour or two. I was like, I need to address this comment, but like I don't even know where to begin. You know, it's just like either I missed something or they did. So that's one thing about that. But the other thing is when people watch one of my videos, which by the way I spend a lot of time researching, and I do make mistakes. For example, in the last video, or not the last video, but the one about the pocket timer, I said that the YJ pocket timer couldn't connect to CS timer. That was a mistake. I was wrong. I would say that that's kind of a minor mistake. There are other things, you know, when I say stuff like, oh, the GAN RM is exactly like the XS except without adjustable magnets, like I do my research. I don't just spew, you know, information. So first of all, I do a lot of like checks before I even start scripting, right? It's like I need to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I need to make sure that, you know, that I'm correct, because otherwise, if I make a strong statement and I'm wrong, then I'm an idiot. And actually, not just that, but it's unethical, right? Like I can't do that. So I'm really careful with my words, and for the most part, I think it's been okay. But people don't have nuance sometimes. So when I make a video saying, "Oh, I think the GAN XS's like tensioning system is a gimmick," or I think I titled it "The GAN XS is a gimmick," but really I'm talking about the tensioning system, right? I think the tensioning system is a gimmick. People interpret that video as, "Oh, cyoubx hates the GAN XS." And it's true. I hated the stickered one, but I have 4 GAN XS's. And I bought all of them with my own money. Well, none of them were sponsored. Okay, I bought all of them with my own money. I don't hate the cube. I get some of my best times on that cube. I'm making a video about it because I know so much about it, right? Like I would never make a cube or a video saying, you know, something wrong about the Volk Elite, because I have the cube, but like I don't use it. So like I don't really know that much about it, right? So like if I don't know about something, I'm not gonna talk about it like that. But so this becomes problematic because I've actually gotten a lot of DMs now, and it's becoming problematic, which is why I want to address it right now. A lot of people have been saying that I hate almost every single cube, and that's so false. That's so incredibly false. I think the last cube that I openly said that I hated, well, okay, I think the GAN RS is trash. Okay, but I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. But yeah, I think the last cube I openly said that I didn't like might have actually been, it's like the GANs, back when they were called GANs, is like GANs 357, like version 2 or something. It was the first cube that they made with an octopus core. That cube was unusable, right? So I hated that cube, and that was like 2014 or something. I don't hate that many cubes. I don't understand why like why people watch one of my videos and have the interpretation that I hate every cube. Like it's yeah, I don't know. It's like, why I don't love every cube. I don't love most cubes. Why am I not allowed to just kind of like some cubes? Right? Like the worm, 2020. I don't get good times on this cube. Do I hate it? No. This was the only cube I brought with me on a 2-week business trip. I don't hate the cube. In fact, you know, I've been writing a lot of comments in my Facebook group. I think it's a good cube, and I recommend it to people. If you liked the original worm, I think you'll like this one more. You know, just because I don't get good times on it doesn't mean I hate it. And just because I don't want to use it doesn't mean that I hate the cube. It's a good cube. I'm glad it was made. I'm glad it's being sold. Yeah, I wish people who watch videos, not just my videos, but any video, would think a little bit. It's just like, just think for like 2 seconds, right? And be like, okay, does this person, does he really hate the cube, or does he just not like certain aspects of it? And I make a lot of videos saying like, oh, I improved this and I improved that. It doesn't mean I hate the cube. It just means that I think it can be better. Like, I think it's important for people to exercise more nuance. And overall, what I would say is like, in general, I think, ignore whatever, the haters, the trolls, that stuff doesn't make sense. That stuff doesn't matter to me, right? Like, it's like, they matter absolutely, they mean nothing to me, right? If anything, they're helping me by leaving a comment on the video. So those people and those comments don't bother me. But for the people who leave comments thinking that they're helpful, right, or that they're for the betterment of the community, think a little bit, right? Because like in real life, you're probably not that bad of a person. Like, I would probably hang out with you in real life. And it's like, how think about like what you would say to me if you were like in front of me, right? Thanks for the follow, Mahusa. Yeah, just think about, imagine that I'm right there with you. Think about what you would say to me in real life. And if you write your comments that way, things will go a lot better. And again, this is not just for my videos, because I've seen this in a lot of different places. And I'll bring some stuff up, like right now. People still talk about cubing encoded and how his videos are low effort, and that's not true. That's not true. I cannot make a cubing encoded video. I can't. It's hard. If I could do it, I would do it, because his videos look fantastic. I don't like his videos. Like, I don't watch them because they're not catered to me, right? Like, I don't care about reaction videos. I don't care about him pranking his brother, right? But that's different, okay? But you don't see me leaving a comment on his videos saying that, saying like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. He can do whatever he wants, and he's doing a good job. And I'm so sick of people writing comments, in Discord, on Reddit, on YouTube, saying just shenanigans, right? And not just cubing encoded, but other people as well. It's like, you don't know like what goes into it. You really don't. And until you're in that position, it's like, again, I'm not saying that you can't critique someone just because you don't have a popular channel, right? That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you don't understand what you're talking about, maybe just don't say it. You just filter yourself a little bit. Because we can all make strong opinions. I could say lots of things, right? I could say, I don't know, I could say the Fanshin 3x3 is the best cube in the world. I can say that. I have no idea what people wouldn't take me seriously. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has 90,000 subscribers for a reason. And his videos have like 99% like ratings, right? It's like, clearly you're in the minority. Like, if you think his videos suck, you are in the minority. and you're not being edgy by saying it. You sound stupid. Like, you sound like you don't know what you're talking about when if you're someone who makes comments like that. It's like, you just don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, that's sort of my rant, because I've been seeing it a lot. And yeah, anyway. Yeah, exactly. I support it. Yeah, Nicholas gets it, right? It's like, I don't really watch his videos because they're not catered towards me. But I'm subscribed to him. I click like on his videos. And I support him as a person, as a content creator, as a cuber. It's like, you can disassociate things, right? Like, you cannot want to watch someone's videos without being mean to them, as what it really comes down to.
All the pieces feel the same, don't they?